I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV. We are here at MobileCon, powered by CTIA in San Diego for 2012. I am speaking with CellTrust, Mr. Brian Panicko. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing very well, Tony. Pleasure to be here.
Excellent. Did I pronounce that?
You pronounced it perfect.
Perfectly. Excellent. I like that. So, listen, for all the people out there in bnetTV land, although we've had a lot of opportunities to speak with CellTrust, why don't you give us a brief overview of who you are, what you're doing here at CTIA?
That's wonderful. Thank you, Tony. Brian Panicko, again, is the name. Vice President of Sales for the CellTrust Corporation. The reason CellTrust is here is really to get more promotion around our pager replacement solution, which is a part of our secure SMS product offering.
So I just had a great conversation with Greg Dunn from SAP Sybase 365. We were talking about SMS and how at one point within the ecosystem they thought there was going to be some fading in the SMS market, but that isn't the case. It's still the premium messaging platform, and it continues to be one of the top performing ARPU areas for the carriers because it's secure.
That's correct. You know, and what you're seeing is definitely SMS is not going away. No, not anytime soon. And what we're really feeling is a push from the healthcare market. This push is driven by the demand from HIPAA because of the regulations they're putting in place, which really ended up kind of transitioning into, again, this pager replacement idea that we've put together. Just to kind of talk on the pager replacement in general, we basically can come into an organization, so say an organization has 500 doctors, and these doctors are using their traditional pagers, which there's several symptoms that come into play with these pagers. For example, it's not HIPAA compliant. It's only one-way connectivity. There's a term that they like to use in healthcare called page and pray, because doctors will send this page out and ultimately pray that it's being received by the other end. So our solution really takes care of a lot of those issues.
So that's a really great market space to be in today's ecosystem. The healthcare industry, the M-Health portion of the ecosystem is just booming. And I had a chance to speak earlier with somebody from Locade, and we were talking about the idea of the individual taking ownership of their own medical records, but again, has to be HIPAA compliant. There needs to be the security that's involved. And so as CellTrust sort of is in that area of the ecosystem, do you see sort of that expansion happening at a grander scale?
There is no question about it. And HIPAA definitely has been the driver for us. In the January document of HIPAA, they really dug a lot deeper in terms of how they define electronic transmission. And for the first time, SMS messaging has been included in that. And with SMS messages being included in there, the fines are coming as well. There was 2 months ago, one of the hospitals in California got hit with $1.2 million fine for a HIPAA violation. Included in the document specifically noted SMS messaging. So really kind of proves the case that this encryption, this security, the auditing capabilities, the redundant methods of sending become very, very important in healthcare, and obviously our product fits in very well with that.
Give me a little bit of an overview on where you think that policy continues to be maintained within the standards bodies.
You know, the policy is really the enforcement piece, right? So at this point, these HIPAA policies are being pushed harder and harder, and I mean, the best measure of it, I guess, would be to see that actual fines are being levied for these particular pieces.
So that's a really good point, because it's nice to see what normally I would classify as some elder legacy policy makers and oversight committees that may not have been so inclined to embrace the digital experience are doing that, which in turn is going to help not only the whole ecosystem, but in particular companies like CellTrust, but the carriers as well, because it's allowing the individual more access.
Agreed. Agreed. I mean, I think you put that very eloquently, and I think the carriers ultimately want solutions like ours. Take for example, within the hospital environment, you have the whole concept of BYOD that's going on, right? I look at it a little bit differently, where I see that there's opportunity for BYOD, but corporate liable devices are still going to be very heavy. And in healthcare, you're seeing it. They don't want to take away the pager completely, right? They want to give something in their hands to say, okay, I'm not just depending on your personal device. So carriers definitely benefit from these type of situations as well.
Brian, how are you finding this particular show, and are you being engaged in meetings that you feel are perfect for CellTrust?
You know what? The show's been great for us. It's a smaller venue than maybe some shows in the past, but we've been extremely calculated in terms of the folks that we're meeting with. So we have some very big players from the carrier side all the way down to end users and customers that we've associated with. So it's been a wonderful show for CellTrust so far.
Great announcements, great market space. Congratulations on being in a perfect ecosystem at the best time.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it.
Hope we get a chance for an update again in the future, Brian. Thanks so much. I've been speaking with Brian Panicko from CellTrust here at MobileCon powered by CTIA in San Diego 2012. I am Tony Sklar with bnetTV.